This is Nightline and I'm Zahir, Abdullah. The top stories. Major floods hit southern Thailand. Hat Yai declared red flag disaster zone. And crisis will bite harder without regional collaboration, says PM at G20. Good morning. Southern Thailand's Hat Yai has been declared a red flag disaster zone on Saturday after continuous heavy rain since Thursday caused a major flooding, submerging several areas and forcing evacuations. The red flag alert instructed residents to move belongings to higher ground and evacuate immediately if necessary. On Friday night, the Hat Yai municipality mayor declared a disaster affecting 65 communities after torrential rain overwhelmed drainage systems, leading to rapid water accumulation across the city. The announcement reportedly sparked panic, especially in major commercial areas such as Kim Yong Market, Santisuk Market and Chi Chang Market. Residents rushed to move household items, relocate shop stock and move vehicles to higher ground, resulting in severe traffic congestion on several roads. In the meantime, Thailand's Prime Minister Anutin Charnvirakul said the southern provinces have emergency response plans in place and that assistance will be provided. Earlier, it is estimated that around 4,000 Malaysian tourists are stranded in hotels across Songkhla after roads were inundated. However, Wisma Putra stated on Saturday that all of them are reported to be safe. The figure includes those trying to return to Malaysia via Sadao, but were unable to do so as the rising waters have cut off the main road from Hat Yai. A representative from the Hat Yai Songkhla Hotels Association said local authorities are providing essential items and boats to move tourists to safer areas. He added that the number of Malaysian vehicles submerged in flood waters remains unknown. Meanwhile, a number of clips shared by Malaysians stranded in Hat Yai have gone viral on social media. The videos show main roads flooded with vehicles submerged, while some individuals were forced to seek shelter in safer areas. It is understood that most grocery stores and restaurants were closed due to rising waters, with electricity supply having been cut off since Saturday morning. It is reported that those stranded have since been provided with basic assistance by the Malaysian embassy. According to reports from Thai media, continuous heavy rainfall over the past few days has since caused water levels to rise rapidly. The Malaysian Consul General in Songkhla, Ahmad Fahmi Ahmad Sakawi, has advised Malaysians to postpone plans to travel to the southern Thai province. In a statement on Saturday, Ahmad Fahmi said that many areas within the region are currently experiencing severe flooding. He also advised Malaysians to stay alert to the latest weather developments follow announcements and instructions issued by the local authorities and prioritize their personal safety. Those who are stranded or in need of assistance are urged to contact the consulate office immediately. Kelantan and Terengganu are the first states to be hit by floods following the start of the northeast monsoon. As of 10 p.m., a total of 855 victims from 4 districts have been evacuated to 7 temporary relief centers. The first wave of flooding began in Kelantan after continuous heavy rain over several districts for the past 3 days. Bachok was the earliest district to be inundated on Saturday morning, followed by Tumpat and Kota Bharu. 2 relief centers in Bachok currently house the highest number of evacuees at 328 people, with the remaining victims placed across 2 centers, each in Tumpat and Kota Bharu. Water levels at Sungai Golok and Sungai Kelantan, however, remain at moderate levels, and authorities are monitoring conditions closely as the rains continue across several districts overnight. At the same time, over 320 residents from 95 families have been evacuated to the temporary relief centre at the Redang Island Mosque on Saturday after continuous heavy rain and high tide caused flooding in Kampong Baru, Pulau Redang. The situation remains under control as villagers had made early preparations for the annual phenomenon. However, water levels on the island are expected to worsen on Saturday night, with waves forecasted to exceed 2 meters. Malaysia has successfully navigated various crises, including tariff shocks from the United States, supply chain pressures and rapid technological changes, thanks to strong collaboration with Southeast Asian nations and its role as ASEAN chair in 2025. Speaking at the G20 summit in Johannesburg on Saturday, Prime Minister Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim said this experience in taking on global challenges demonstrates that emerging economies cannot afford to isolate themselves.
We have found that when policies are aligned and rules are predictable, shocks pass through with less damage. The lesson is clear. Resilience comes from common preparedness, not isolation.
Sharing Malaysia's experience as ASEAN chair this year, the Prime Minister emphasized that this lesson mattered because the next disruption in emerging economies would likely be harder to contain, noting that artificial intelligence was expected to reorganize labor markets at a pace local institutions would struggle to match. To overcome this, he said it was vital for governments to start investing in workers, especially the young. He said this when delivering Malaysia's statement during Session 1 of the Group of 20 G20 Summit with the theme Inclusive and Sustainable Economic Growth, Leaving No One Behind. This is Anwar's second appearance at the G20 Leaders Summit as a guest country following his participation in Brazil last year. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa extended the invitation in Malaysia's capacity as ASEAN chair for 2025. Earlier, during a meeting with the Vice President of the Republic of Botswana, Ndaba Nkosinati Gaulatha, Anwar expressed Malaysia's appreciation for the close partnership with Botswana. He described Botswana as a key partner for Malaysia in Africa, highlighting collaborations across automotive component manufacturing, education, and locomotive and railcar maintenance operations. He said the diplomatic relationship spanning over 3 decades is built on trust, mutual respect, and shared aspirations for the progress of the people of both nations. The Prime Minister also acknowledged the contribution of Malaysian experts and agencies in strengthening Botswana's institutional capacity, supporting economic growth and public service reforms. The Sabah Barisan Nasional has unveiled its manifesto for the 17th state election, anchored on 6 core priorities. Positioned as a comprehensive pledge, the plan lays out strategies for economic growth, social well-being, women and youth empowerment, as well as quality education. The document was presented by Sabah BN Treasurer and Election Director Dato Sri Saleh Said Kerouac, outlining commitments to strengthen critical infrastructure and pursue the return of Sabah's rights under the Malaysia Agreement 1963. The manifesto also highlights solutions to long-standing issues and aims to close development gaps between urban and rural communities.
BN akan menumpukan dana kemakmuran negeri Sabah sebagai simpanan dan pelaburan jangka panjang secara strategik demi kemakmuran dan generasi masa depan Sabah.
In addition, Sabah BN further pledges to complete the Pan-Borneo Highway within 5 years, set up the Sabah Water Commission and raise the state's power generation capacity to 5,000 megawatts. Meanwhile, BN will set key performance indicators to monitor the implementation of pledges outlined in its manifesto. Its chairman, Dato Sri Ahmad Zaid Hamidi, said this reflects BN's commitment to honour its promises as he expressed confidence that BN will rise again to govern Sabah after the November 29 election.
Tapi yakinlah bahawa kerinduan rakyat Sabah kepada Barisan Nasional sangat-sangat tinggi. Dan kita mahu Barisan Nasional dengan manifesto yang berdasarkan pada 6 tunggak ini benar-benar merupakan aku janji yang akan dilaksanakan oleh Barisan Nasional Negeri Sabah.
Zahir also expressed commitment to resolve long-standing issues, including basic infrastructure and drive development in Sabah. The UMNO president said that if the mandate is returned to BN, he will ensure increased allocations for Sabah, particularly for rural areas, in his capacity as the Rural and Regional Development Minister. Man arrested after fleeing roadblock. This and more after this breather.
Apa kata kalau kita pergi Ipoh?
Melaka dengan Johor pun best juga.
Spek siapa yang tertinggal ni? Pandai ambil lah.
Ada yang bertanya. Aku hanya ingin mencintai. Aku hanya ingin dicintai. Walaupun banyak yang menentangku, ku hanya ingin bahagia. Bahagia.
Lah, tapi rasa macam jealous lah tengok diorang sebab saya je macam ni, lepas tu kadang bila tengok diorang boleh buat apa yang diorang boleh buat, bila saya tengok macam tu saya rasa macam kenapa saya tak boleh buat macam diorang.
Akak pun memang mengharapkan dia pulih supaya dia boleh jadi macam anak orang lain, dia boleh bebas macam anak orang lain, boleh makan apa yang orang lain makan. Kalau ditakdirkan dia pulih, akak nak bagi semua apa yang dia nak makan yang sekarang ni dia tak boleh makan.
Bersangka buruk dia tidak baik.
Kau nak kutuk-kutuk depan-depan sih.
Selalu kena kecam dengan netizen.
Jangan main fitnah je netizen. Kalau berani buat lah. Gaduh.
Tak, bukan.
Saya pun nervous juga. Kita pun dah happy ending.
Jangan lupa saksikan Melodi setiap hari Khamis pukul 9 malam di TV3.
Dan stream juga melalui tonton.
Welcome back. Illegal street photography services around KLCC have continued to thrive despite frequent operations and enforcement patrols. However, a dual strike operation by the KL Strike Force on Friday night resulted in the arrest of 22 unlicensed street photographers. The integrated operation led by DBKL began at 9 p.m. and concluded just after 11 p.m. Enforcement officers initially pretended to leave the area to throw the group off before circling back and detaining those who resumed work despite being previously compounded only moments earlier. The individuals are believed to earn hundreds of ringgits a day, especially on weekend nights. 15 people were compounded at Surya KLCC, while 7 others were caught near the Saloma link. Their equipment were also seized, and owners may reclaim the items once compounds are settled. A similar operation in July saw 41 compounds issued. Action was taken under the Federal Territory of Kuala Lumpur Hawkers Licensing Bylaws 2016, which carries a maximum compound of 2,000 ringgit. The Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC, has opened an investigation into procurement contracts at University Kebangsaan Malaysia worth over 58 million ringgit. So far, 5 individuals have been called in to assist in the probe. MACC Senior Investigation Director Dato' Zainul Darus said the probe was initiated following disclosures in the Auditor General's report released last July. The ongoing investigation involves reviewing related documents to ensure thorough scrutiny. In addition to the criminal investigation into corruption, the MECC has also launched a governance review to examine management practices and compliance in the university's procurement processes. The audit report previously highlighted that 3 out of 7 UKM procurement tenders totaling over 58 million ringgit did not comply with established procurement procedures. It further revealed that the UKM Tender Committee awarded contracts to companies not recommended by the Technical Evaluation Committee, the Financial Evaluation Committee, or the Pre-Tender Committee. Over in Kedah, 2 boys were killed in an accident after the bicycle they were riding was struck by a car in Yan. The 2 friends had just finished having breakfast together at a nearby roti canai stall before tragedy struck. Muhammad Izhar Adnan, age 10, and his close friend Muhammad Zaid Haris Abdullah, age 11, died at the scene along Jalan Sedaka Tengah at about 9 a.m. on Saturday. Yan District Police Chief Superintendent Muhammad Hamizi Abdullah said the 33-year-old driver has been detained for investigation under the Road Transport Act. A urine test, however, found the man negative for drugs. Meanwhile, Izhar's father said his youngest of 6 children had asked his mother for permission to go out for breakfast at a nearby roti canai stall at around 8:30 a.m. He added that both Izhar and Zaid often spent their free time at the Sedaka Mosque. Post-mortem examinations were conducted at the Sultanah Bahia Hospital Forensic Department in Lalu Star. Both boys were laid to rest at the Kampung Simpang Empat Sedaka Muslim Cemetery. In Johor Bahru, a man has been arrested after fleeing a police inspection along Jalan Pesiaran South Quay. Johor Bahru South District Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Raub Selamat said police also seized a long machete found inside the suspect's vehicle. Earlier, a video went viral showing a police patrol car pursuing another vehicle. Raub said that the incident happened at 5:40 p.m. on Thursday when the suspect refused to comply with checks and sped off. He then drove against traffic and crashed into several vehicles before losing control and slamming into a road barrier. Checks reveal that the 26-year-old suspect has 23 prior criminal and drug-related records and tested positive for methamphetamine. He has been remanded for 4 days and the case is being investigated under the Penal Code. World champs Tang Ji and Yi Wei storm into the final. The details when Nightline returns.
Membawa kembali kenangan zaman-zaman dululah. Every scene tu sampai pada generasi zaman sekarang lah.
Cerita ni agak menarik untuk tontonan semua orang.
Lirik-lirik lagu di dalam cerita ini cukup bermakna. Nanti saya dengar Alia.
Sebab nampak sweet sangat dia. Scene yang buat I tak move on, I rasa scene diorang waktu main piano. Semua orang dalam panggung wayang menjerit.
Saya bagi 10.
8. 9 per 10 lah.
Bertahun menanti bahagia, hilang sekelip mata.
Macam mana boleh jadi macam ni? Bangsa ni kan semua orang suka balik barang.
Mengharap kebenaran untuk segalanya tersingkap nyata.
Aku memang tak puas hati dengan kau tau. Anak kau kan yang buat sampah.
Ibu janji, Ibu tak akan makan sama-sama.
Aku nak orang mengaku je.
Maaf dari Khilaf, Ahad ini 9 malam di Cereka Ahad TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Kadang rasa macam saya sakit ni jadi macam beban untuk orang lain.
Setiap kali dia masuk hospital pun paling sekejap pun 2 minggu. So kita nak kena ulang alik tu kadang-kadang memang tak ada masa lah untuk anak-anak yang kecil-kecil ni.
Macam terfikir-fikirlah kenapa saya je yang dapat sakit ni. Kenapa saya je yang kena hadap benda ni, kenapa orang lain tak ada. Sekarang nak makan benda-benda pun takut gula tu tinggi.
Seorang ayah ataupun seorang suami mana yang tak nak tengok keluarga dia happy, bahagia betul. Macam tu saya akan selama ni pun saya usaha untuk dapatkan benda tu. Untuk bagi anak bini saya selesa. Saya boleh kata saya letak harapan yang tinggi lah untuk dia sihat balik.
Sekolah baliklah, belajar balik semua yang dah terlepas. Cepat sihat, nak hidup balik macam dulu, macam biasa. Saya nak cepat besar, nak kerja dan tolong mama, adik-adik lain.
A low-magnitude tremor hit Bangladesh on Saturday, a day after a powerful earthquake struck near the capital Dhaka, killing at least 10 people. The National Meteorological Department reported another minor jolt on Saturday at 10:36 a.m. local time. Updating earlier reports from Friday's 5.5 magnitude quake, disaster management officials said the death toll has reached 10, with several hundred injured. The first earthquake was felt in Dhaka and neighboring districts, causing widespread destruction. Meanwhile, the government has activated Bangladesh's Emergency Operations Center to assess the scale of the damage and to coordinate relief and rescue operations. Australia's north is on alert as tropical cyclone Fina intensifies into a Category 3 system, with its winds now beginning to be felt in Darwin. Reports indicated significant damage, with numerous fallen trees blocking roads across Darwin. Several suburbs in Darwin, Palmerston, nearby rural areas and the Tiwi Islands also experienced power outages. Emergency shelters were opened in Darwin. Residents were bracing for a major cleanup on Sunday after the cyclone passes, but for now, authorities urge everyone to stay safe and remain indoors. Brazil's Supreme Court has ordered the preemptive arrest of former far-right President Jair Bolsonaro, with the judge claiming he was intent on escaping just days before he was set to begin his prison sentence for leading a coup attempt. The 70-year-old politician was taken to the headquarters of the country's federal police in the capital, Brasilia, from his house arrest on Saturday. Supreme Court Justice Alexandre de Moraes, who oversaw the case, said in his ruling that Bolsonaro's ankle monitor, which he has worn since July 18 for being deemed a flight risk, was violated on Saturday. He said there was a chance of Bolsonaro fleeing to embassies in his neighborhood to request political asylum. The development comes days before the former president was set to begin his 27-year prison sentence for leading a coup attempt. In other news, Colombian police made their largest cocaine bust in a decade, seizing 14,000 kilograms of the drug on Friday. The operation took place at a warehouse in the southwestern port of Buenaventura, a key export point for Colombian cocaine. In the raid, officers discovered the cocaine hidden in dozens of 50-kilogram sacks camouflaged with plaster. Colombia is the world's largest cocaine producer and regularly sets new records for coca cultivation and cocaine production. New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani and U.S. President Donald Trump have agreed to set aside their feud and cooperate on the city's future. The two met at the White House in Washington on Saturday, with many U.S. political analysts expecting sparks to fly between them. Their encounter took place in the Oval Office, where President Trump praised Mamdani's historic election win, calling him a man who really wants to see New York be great again. Meanwhile, Mamdani described the meeting as very productive and spoke of the leader's shared admiration and love for America's bustling metropolis. The two had previously clashed, with Trump threatening to make things difficult for the young politician and with Mamdani campaigning as part of the anti-Trump resistance. Switching to sports now, football, the Super League. 3 games were played on Saturday. Kuching City FC edged Brunei DPMM FC 1-0, while Negeri Sembilan FC drew 1-1 against Terengganu FC in Paroi. Meanwhile, Selangor FC took down 10-man Kelantan the Real Warriors FC 2-0. At the MBPJ Stadium, the Red Giants opened the scoring 20 minutes in, with Alvin Fortes coolly converting a wonderful pass from Quentin Cheng. The second goal arrived 9 minutes after the restart, when Chirigo Moraes capitalized on a defensive lapse by Kelantan to slot the ball home, sealing the 2-0 win. The win puts Selangor in 4th, 2 points ahead of Terengganu and 4 points behind their Klang Valley rivals, Kuala Lumpur FC. Turning to badminton, the 2025 Australian Open. It was a triumphant day for Malaysia as national mixed doubles pair Chen Tangji and Toh Iwei survived a tough challenge to reach the final on Saturday, moving just 1 win away from securing their first World Tour title of the year. The world champions sealed a 21-16, 21-14 victory over Thailand's world number 65 Pakapon Tirarat Sakul and Sapsiri Tera Tatana Chai in the semi-finals. The final hurdle will be Indonesia's Felicia Pasaribu and Jafar Hidayatullah, whom they will face for the title. Meanwhile, men's doubles pair Go Surfei and Noor Izzuddin Rumsani faced a different outcome after bowing out in the semi-finals. The world number 4 duo's bid for a third final this year ended as they were outplayed by the rapidly improving Indonesian pair Raymond Indra and Nicholas Haukin, losing 15-21, 15-21. And that concludes Nightline this time around. Before we leave, let's take a look as thousands of swimmers splash into Hong Kong's Victoria Harbour to swim the 1-kilometre course across to Kowloon in an annual race. With that, I'm Zahir, Abdullah. Thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your weekend.